finding the sum of each row is pretty simple. We're going to do this inside here, and we're going to change result to say sum of the row. And then we're going to copy this in another video, do sum of the columns. Sum of, I'm going to change that to say each as well, because that's accurately what we're looking to accomplish here. Okay, for adding up each row, we want this to happen inside the button click so we can control it a little bit better, but this could also happen anywhere after you have your array. To get the sum of the row, we're going to replicate these two for loops down here. And we're also going to need another variable. We're going to call it sum of row, if we're doing camel properly. Of should be capitalized as integer, and set equal to 0 initially here. We're going to use the same for loops. I'm still going to use R and C, R to depict row, and C to depict column. Array 1, 2, 3 dot get upper bound of 0 minus 1, so that 0 position works properly. Same with the C. Get upper bound of 1 minus 1. Remember, you use 0 for the row to move across. You use C for the 1 to move up and down. From here, we're going to use this sum of row variable to say, okay, sum of row plus equals, because we're adding on to it, array 1, 2, 3 of, got to pull from the right positions, R, comma, and then C. So right now, that will go through and add up all of the numbers. If I do the printout outside here, we're putting that to what? Label 5. Label 5.text equals sum of row. Then this ends up adding up every single number. But what we want instead is to know the sum of each of the rows. So one thing that became apparent, I'm going to need to move this over and then move this here as well. So where should I print out and control this a little bit better for each row? Because remember, the row resets every time after the C loop is complete. So what I need to do is move some of what I'm doing inside of the R loop, but right after the C loop here as well. So I'm going to move this piece in here. I'm going to add a little concatenation to it so we can see. I'm going to have it say row and then do an ampersand, have it print out the R, and then do another ampersand is, have it say sum is, and another ampersand to tie that all together. The other thing I need to do is then reset the sum of row variable to equal 0 so that we're ready for the next row. If it makes more sense to you to put that above each here so it resets before it begins going through the columns again, either way, that is fine. So now I will run it for sum of row, and then this will print out. I forgot to do one other thing. First of all, this would only print out the last row, so I need to do a plus equals here, so it keeps adding on. And then we're going to also add on a control chars dot new line to take it down to the next line. Now this should work out beautifully. So row 0, the sum is 458, 399, 378, 307 seems to be our smallest one, so we can test it out here in 1 second. Okay, thank you for pausing while I pulled up my calculator. I didn't think you really wanted to see that. So it says row 4 here, 307. So let's go through it here real quick just to prove it. 27 plus 84 plus, I'm working with this row in case you're wondering, 22 plus 8 plus 16 plus 73 plus 35 plus 42 equals 307. We have accurately done this, and we can say, good job, team. Next, we're going to do the columns.